your girl done set up here and got a hold of some Delta 8 gummies. But hold on, let's back it up and start from the beginning. First of all, I bought these out of Arkansas. As y'all know, I just recently, my dad just recently passed in August, and we were in Arkansas, and me and my sister was on our way getting ready to go back to Texas. And I've always heard about these CBD gummies that were supposed to be good, like for stress and anxiety, and to just help you calm down. And actually, my dad has some, and I actually have a package, so I don't know if y'all can see it real good. If not, I'll put another picture up on the screen. But these are what I was looking for. I was looking for the CBD gummies, as it says, and it says no THC. Feel great, relax now, complete relaxation. It goes more talking about how it has hemp or whatever in it. So while I was in the smoke shop, that's what I was looking for. I was looking for CBD gummies. And so the lady at the counter, she gave me these other gummies, and they said Delta 8, Denny Light, or something or whatever. I'm gonna put a picture on the screen, because once you hear the story, you know, I end up losing that package to actually show. But I remember what they were called. I remember what they looked like when I see them. So I'm definitely gonna have a picture up for you all. So anyway, I went in there and I told her, I said, look, I'm looking for some CBD gummies. I don't want no M word, marijuana. I know I'm not pronouncing it correctly, but it's YouTube, so I don't know what to call it. I said I'm not looking for any of that in it. No THC, no none of that, because I don't do any of that stuff. I mean, I tried marijuana one time when I was 19, and I went to completely sleep for the whole night. I didn't like that. I'm not a control freak, but however, I like to stay in control and being alert. So that was my first and last time ever trying marijuana. I'm gonna say marijuana. All right, so fast forward to now, you know, it's all over everywhere saying how good CBD can be good for you and your body and everything. And you know, I'm going through my grieving process with the passing of my dad, and I'm just like, okay, let me try out these CBD gummies. So anyway, the lady gives me these package of gummies, and I explained to her what I was looking for, what I wanted. I'm reading what the package says, because I'm looking, because this one specifically say on these no THC on it, and it says CBD gummies. However, the package that she gave me didn't say all that. It did say good source of CBD, and it didn't mention anything about THC. In the ingredients, it mentioned about hemp extract, and it did say Delta 8. Now, my dumb self, no, I'm no Google queen. I will Google anything in a heartbeat. But for some reason, during this time, I did not Google what Delta 8 mean. And then I'm thinking, okay, well, I told the lady what I'm looking for, you know, and she handed me, and it doesn't say, you know, that it's THC is included. But anyway, I end up, I should have went with my first gut feeling, because I had initially put them back. She ended up helping some other customer, and I took them and put them back behind the counter, because I didn't want her to think I was trying to steal them or anything. And I had already said, no, I'm not going to get them, because I'm looking, you know, I just didn't feel comfortable at first. You know, they don't say no THC, what I'm looking for exactly. And I like to, when I have something in my mind, I want to see it like exactly how I saw it. So I put it back behind the counter, and we were still there for a while, because my sister was looking for her little vape stuff or whatever. And so then, I don't know what happened. I must have talked myself up or whatever, how you may. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and buy them. So I went ahead and bought them. All right, fast forward, we get back to Texas that Sunday night. I chew one. The instruction says wait 45 minutes, take one and then wait 45 minutes. So that's what I did. I didn't really feel a reaction. I didn't feel anything. I just felt normal or whatever. And so my dumb self took a second one. I did start to feel something. It wasn't nothing crazy or anything that first night. I just felt like relaxed, just regular relaxed or whatever. And I remember just, you know, going to sleep. All right, so fine, nothing. All right, okay, so these are okay. Okay, so then the second night, I go back to work that Monday. I get off of work. You know, grieving is just a really hard process. I really don't wish that on anyone, including my enemies. But anyway, the second night, I just take one. By the 45 minutes time stamp, I start feeling it. Again, it's not nothing over the top or crazy. I just feel like real relaxed and calm. I felt a little giddy. And as you know, a lot of y'all know I'm already goofy. So I just remember laughing at a lot of stuff. Like my boyfriend talked to me or say something, whatever. You know, I was laughing, which I thought, okay, that's a good thing, because, you know, I need to laugh, you know, during this time. So that was the second evening, second night. Third night, same thing again. I go to work. I get off of work. I pop into another one, same thing. Nothing outrageous. I just felt relaxed, calm, you know, giddy and goofy, and I go to sleep. All right, so by the fourth night, which would have been Wednesday night, get out for work. I take my gummy and I take my gummy. I don't even remember how many was in there. But I take my gummy, and this night was different. I just remember sitting there in my bed. I remember looking at my phone at the time, and I remember it said like 6:02 or 6:06 p.m. And I couldn't remember exactly when I had took the gummy, because I was trying to determine, you know, if the 45 minutes had went past or not. So I couldn't remember if I had taken it at 4:46 or 5:46. But since I wasn't feeling like whatever, I was like, okay, well maybe I must have took it at 5:46 or 5:56 or whatever. So I remember sitting down, watching my iPad, watching something on YouTube, or searching or looking up something, I don't know. And then I was eating some Bluebell oatmeal cream pie ice cream. By the way, it's thebomb.com. Go get you some. I mean, it tastes so good. So I'm just sitting there eating it, and then whoosh, like literally, and I know like I'm being like very dramatic or whatever, but that's exactly how it was. Just immediately, I don't know what time it was or what, I was just laying there and something just whoosh, like went over like inside of my body, and it felt like it went like inside my body, like up to my head, my brain, and I felt like I was like gonna pass out, or yeah, like I was gonna faint. I jumped up and I was like, you know, what the hell is going on here? And then all of a sudden, I felt like I couldn't breathe, and then I felt like a dragon, y'all. I felt like fire or smoke or something was gonna come up out of my mouth or something, that if I open my mouth and every time I spoke, it's like, you know how a dragon open up their mouth and they're gonna like, you know, blow out fire, but there was no actual fire coming out of my mouth. It was more like smoke or something. I don't know. So like I say, I jump up, I run in the living room, because I was in the bedroom. I run in the living room and I tell my boyfriend, I was like, something is not right. Something is not right. I was like, I can't breathe. And he's like, what's going on? What's going on? And I was like, I took one of those gummies. I was like, this is the fourth night I've taken them without any problems or issue, but today is different. I said, I can't breathe. He opens up, this is the door to my front door. He opens up the door, cause I go outside, because you know, I'm like trying to catch my breath and everything, you know, my body is starting to get all extra hot, like I'm feeling on fire or something. Again, it's like I can't breathe. I'm scared. I'm thinking, okay, I'm finna pass out. I'm finna have a heart attack. I'm finna have a stroke. All types of crazy stuff, y'all, which is going through my head. Mind you, my dad just passed, so a lot of that also was like mixed in, because I was there with him until the end while he passed. And so one of the things that we had to worry about was the blood pressure. So immediately I was like, oh my gosh, my blood pressure. I was like, I couldn't find my blood pressure cuff. I'm gonna take my blood pressure, and I was like, oh my gosh, what's my blood pressure? What if my blood pressure is dropping? Whatever. And I was like, call my family, call my sister, is what I was telling my boyfriend. I was like, get them on Messenger so they can know, you know, what's going on. All right, so he gets them on the phone. However, they think it's funny, because after he tells them what I took, they think that, you know, oh, okay, she is just high. Now, mind you, if this is what high feels like, then baby, y'all can take it. Y'all can have it. I don't want it. I don't want it whatsoever. So they were kind of like joking and laughing or whatever. However, I'm crying. I'm just crying and boo-hooing. I'm trying to tell them it's not funny. You know, this is not something just make you just feel out, you know, ooh. I was like, no, this is something seriously wrong. And I remember asking him, you know, I remember saying, I need something to drink. I need some ice. My mouth felt like a dry or something, whatever. And so anyway, so I remember going to my refrigerator and grabbing like a handful of ice. And I was just like sticking it all in my mouth. I was rubbing it all over my body and stuff. Cause by this time my body felt just all hot and like burning inside as well. And so so I have like water dripping everywhere from the ice, all on the floor. And I remember, I think my boyfriend told me, he was like, go get in the shower. He turns the cold water on. So in the shower, and he gives me milk to drink. So I'm in the cold shower, at the same time drinking my milk, and I'm just like, Lord Jesus, Lord Jesus. And then I couldn't stop it. It's like, and I remember thinking inside my head to myself, Lysandra, you know, just stay calm. just try to stay cool. You know, God's got you, God's got you. You know, those are the things I was just saying to myself. No, I was in the shower or whatever, and then they're in here on the phone talking and laughing or whatever, which I felt some type of way because I'm like, I don't know, like I say, if that's how the high goes, then I mean, y'all can take it. But no, this was like a totally different, messed up feeling. Like I really thought I was gonna die. So anyway, fast forward, after being in the shower, in and out, I was jumping in, jumping out of the shower, drinking, you know, drinking the milk or whatever. And so finally, I was just like, okay, if something's gonna happen to me, if I'm gonna die, if I'm gonna have, if whatever, then I want to be at the hospital, you know, so where they can save me or help me or whatever. So I remember getting out the shower, dripping wet. I threw my little moo-moo thing on, and I just told my boyfriend, I was like, look, just go ahead and just take me to the ER, to the little ER that we have here in the little community, the little neighborhood or whatever. And I remember my boyfriend, he was fussing and cursing, like, you shouldn't have been messing with that stuff. You know better. And they gonna think, you know, I'm black, and they gonna think that I gave you this stuff. He was like, I'm not gonna deal with this. I didn't sign up for this or whatever. And I was like, because he also was notified by a friend that one of his friends that they knew actually overdosed on some type of gummies. And I don't know if it was the marijuana gummies or was it these synthetic drug gummies, which Delta 8, that's exactly what it is, synthetic drugs. That has found a loophole to be able to market and sell it at the smoke shops and all other, everywhere else legally, because they're under like the legal, whatever the legal amount that you can have in drugs that's not considered illegal, then that's exactly what it is, but it's synthetic. So, and I've heard about synthetic stuff. I'm like, why are they doing, you know, but I heard of stuff like the letter K and the number 1 and how it makes people act and they trying to bite people's heads off and stuff. But I'm so naive and dumb. I'm thinking, oh, this is something that these people themselves don't, somebody on the street, some don't manufacture up themselves and mixed up and made something, and then they sitting up here taking a drinking and stuff. Nothing in my mind was, you know, going off saying, okay, this is the same thing that you're buying. So anyway, fast forward, I was like, no, they're not gonna think that you did this to me, because I'm gonna tell them, no, I bought these legally at a smoke shop myself, and I took these. And I was like, you know what, that's fine, just take me to the door and I would get out and jump out myself. So anyway, he takes me to the ER. I go inside again. I'm like, I can't breathe, I can't breathe. I feel like I'm gonna pass out. I took these gummies. I thought they were pure CBD gummies. I was like, please, 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 please. I'm screaming, I'm crying. Please, please, please take my blood pressure. Please, I don't know if I'm gonna have a heart attack, a stroke, or have a seizure. Just all types of craziness. So finally, they do get me into the room, into the ER room, and they have to give me an IV because they started giving me fluids. But the whole time I'm laying there, I'm like, oh, don't let me pass out, don't let me pass out. And the nurse was saying, well, if you do, this is, you know, this is the best place to fall out. So if you gotta fall out, pass out, go ahead and pass out, you know, but my crazy self. And then I remember them saying they had to give me some fluids, and they also had to give me something to kind of calm me down, like for anxiety or whatever, to help me. Because like I said, I was like on 1,000. I was hallucinating very, very, very badly. And from what I've learned is that it elevates whatever you're feeling or you're going through. So if that's anxiety or whatever you're feeling, it makes it like 10 times, or I'm gonna say 1,000,000 times bigger. Like, so me feeling anxiety, like I'm gonna die, hallucinating, like I couldn't breathe, thought my blood pressure was gonna decrease. However, they had already verified my vitals was fine. I was like, oh, I'm scared. I think I'm gonna don't let me have a heart attack, don't let me stroke. I was like, oh my God, what if I break down and have a seizure? I'm gonna have a seizure. Because there's been stories out there where people have gotten like, what you call it, lace, like with their stuff not knowing, and then after that they have seizures like for life. And I was like, oh Lord, I'm finna be one of those people who are gonna have to deal with seizures for the rest of their life. They said that I was hyperventilating a lot, and it was like, okay, you're making it worse, Miss Dixon. They was like, we need you to breathe through your nose and breathe out through your mouth slowly. That's what we need you to do. So I started doing that. I remember talking to myself, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. I remember doing that, and then like I'll be calm for a moment, like it'll be feel like it's working, and then after that it was just like all of a sudden all the symptoms and everything and the fire feel like it's coming out of my mouth will all of a sudden come back, and then I would start panicking. Again. It would come back and tell me again, you know, it's you. I remember doing silly stuff like, because I was like, okay, what if I'm having, it felt like an outer body experience. So it was like I was there, but my body was not there. So I wanted to make sure, okay, well, am I still here? So I remember having my finger, and I was like, up, down, right, left. And I was telling my boyfriend, I was asking, I was like, do you see me? Am I actually doing what I'm saying I'm doing? And it's my finger going up, right, down, you know, stuff like that. And I can kind of laugh about it right now. It took me a while not to be able to do this, you know, and this was last month in August, so I've come a long way here to be able to even talk about it and to even begin to even laugh a little bit about what I experienced. So when he'd be like, yeah, I see you doing it. Yeah, you're actually doing it. Or I'd be like, can you please, because he was sitting over there to the side, and I'd be like, can you please move right here in my view, and so I can actually see that I see you, and he'll come and look and whatever. And he was like, well, Sandra, just lay down, just rest, just lay down, just rest, or whatever. I'm guessing I did go to sleep. I remember them talking. That's the other thing. I don't understand why the hospital people were constantly talking to me, because it's apparently I'm not really here. You know, I'm not really understanding everything that y'all are telling me and asking me. Like, so I remember them asking me a bunch of questions and stuff, and I was like, babe, can you just answer them for me? They were talking to me about the IV stuff. I have no idea what the hell they was talking about or what. I was like, babe, just, you know, I'm giving you full whatever control. You just talk to me, you know, just make the best decisions, whatever interest for me, whatever. So at one point they did freak me out, and I panicked because I remember waking up. They woke me up and they was asking me about a freaking DNR. Now, mind you, I've never had any experience or anything regarding DNR until it came to my father. So that's like the first time I've had to deal with it, or it's even came up, you know, in my life, was dealing with my dad. So when they asking me about something about a DNR, I started panicking. I'm like, babe, why are they asking me about a DNR? I was like, oh my gosh, what's wrong? Why are they asking me about a DNR? I was like, don't let it happen to me, save me. And I remember them saying, no, they're just asking you, do you have anything else out there already, like on record or whatever, or have you spoke to anybody else about it, all that. And I'm just like, babe, just take care of it, you know, y'all just save me or whatever. I don't want to die, you know. That's the stuff I was saying that I was doing. And he was like, I got it, just go to sleep. And I remember the lady saying, we're gonna have to give you some more medicine. And I was like, why am I not? I was like, I'm trying to be calm. I was like, I was breathing. Y'all had to be there. My boyfriend said he wished he could have recorded it. And I was like, thank God that you did not. But I remember hearing myself breathe out. And I was like, I'm trying to be calm. I was like, I feel like I'm calm. And she was like, no, we're gonna have to give you some more medicine because you're still, you know, your anxiety, you still just up the roof or whatever. So I'm assuming they gave me some more medicine or whatever. I do remember feeling more calm. When the relief came for me while I was at the hospital, I think it's from the fluid that they were giving me in my IV, because I remember having to go to the restroom, and I was like, I need to go to the restroom, and I had to use a bedpan. And I remember that as I was peeing or using the restroom, you know, something on my body felt like it was being released. And I did that like 2 times in the hospital, and each time, like I said, it was just like a release, was just like coming over my body to where, okay, I started feeling better, a little better. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna live another day. I was like, God, as I promised to you, I'm not ever in life messing with that Delta 8 THC marijuana mess ever again. All right, so I guess after they saw that, you know, everything was gonna be okay with me, whatever, they released me sometime that night. I don't remember. I just know it was going on. It was still daytime when I went in the hospital, and here in Texas, it still gets dark around 8:30, 9-ish, and then it was late at night by the time I got home. And so this was Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. This was Saturday night, right? Yeah. No, Sunday. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Okay, so because I went into the hospital Wednesday night. Okay, and Wednesday evening. And then I got out Wednesday night. Okay, so they give me some anxiety, depression medicine to take. And they just tell me to follow up with my regular doctor, to drink plenty of fluids. I just remember going home late that Wednesday night. I don't remember anything whatsoever about Thursday. Like nothing. I have no memory whatsoever about the next day, that Thursday. The only thing I remember is going into Friday at 4 o'clock in the morning, my boyfriend waking me up and he was saying, get up, I need you to take a shower because you have slept the whole entire day and you are sleeping too much. Get up and take a shower. And so I remember getting up at 4 o'clock that morning. I remember looking at my phone and I took a shower, and then I went back to sleep. So that was Friday, 4 a.m. in the morning. Friday I was alert during the day. I was aware of things, so I did feel better. I was coming along much better. And I remember, and I don't know why these timestamps, like God like allowed me to see these different timestamps to remember. But I remember at 2:45 p.m. that Friday afternoon, I remember just like I felt something whoosh come over my body. I felt something like release, like out of my body. It was like the devil or whatever had taken over my body from those stupid gummies. It was like releasing itself, you know, from my body, whatever. And I was like, babe, something like just released from my body, and you know, I feel much better. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna go drive and go to the store. So I do go and try to drive and go to the store, but that's when I realized, okay, you're feeling better, Lysandra, but you're not there yet. No, you shouldn't have been driving, because I still was like a little groggy. I just still was a little foggy or whatever, you know, in my mind or whatever. So anyway, I went to the store, got whatever it was that I bought or needed. I don't even remember. I come back home and I was like, oh yeah, I'm feeling better, babe, but no, I probably shouldn't have been driving. I was like, so I remember coming in the front room, sitting down watching TV and stuff with him. By that Saturday, that's when I definitely, and this was Wednesday night, go to the ER, and now it's Saturday. So by Saturday is when I finally felt like whole and complete and back to myself. Like, okay, maybe all of it is out of, finally out of my system. Thank God. So yeah, that was my experience. Like I said, I don't have the packaging anymore because that Wednesday night when it all happened, my boyfriend immediately, he was like, what did you take? What did you take? Let me see. And I gave him the package, and he immediately took everything that was left and threw them down the garbage disposal. I had kept the package because I wanted to show the ER hospital what exactly that I took so they would know what they were working with. But somewhere in between leaving the house, getting to the car, and to the hospital, I have no idea if I dropped it somewhere or whatever. Like I said, I'm gonna put a picture on the screen because I did research it and I was able to find a picture of it, so I will put that on there. But yeah, that is my experience. It is a no-go for me, most definitely. It was not the CBD gummies here. I remember laying there in the hospital bed and the lady coming back and saying, you got pot in your system. And I was like, what? You know, and who says pot? Like, that's so back. I remember back in the day they used to say pot. And I was like, pot? I was like, I don't do no drugs. And she was like, yep, well, you got pot, you got marijuana in your system. And I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, this don't make any sense. They should not be able to sell this type of stuff legally in the stores like this. And I was like, how are they getting away with this? But of course, they found a loophole. Like, they're under the little threshold limit of marijuana. It can be in it. And since then, I've had other family members and friends to come to me and say that they had other stories of other people that they know that experienced similar to me, really bad hallucination. One friend family ended up committing her because they thought that she had lost her mind, when actually she just had really bad hallucination, and like it plays with your mind and your body and stuff, and have you feeling like, okay, you going cuckoo or you don't lost your mind. Because even days after all that, I was around here like a little zombie or whatever, and I kept asking my boyfriend questions and stuff and different stuff, just to make sure, okay, my mind was still kind of sharp and intact, and I wasn't, losing my mind or anything. But I've heard other stories, more bad stories than good. So this is my review, not something that I was trying to buy and try out and come on here and give you all a review about. This is something I stumbled on, being dumb and naive and not being the Google queen that I am. Because if I would have researched it, you pull it up, it says synthetic drug, and I would be like, oh hell no, this is not what I want, and I would have gotten it. But nevertheless, this is my experience. This is what happened to me. It is definitely a no-go for me. Please, 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 please do not buy these things. It's Delta 8. They even had the nerve to have a Delta 9. Like, hell no. Delta 8 does this. I hate to see what Delta 9 do. And if this is what's going on with these synthetic drugs, leave it out. I'd rather you just go ahead and just make it legally in Texas, the real marijuana stuff, the real plant stuff. Make the real stuff legal, as opposed to these people around here making all this fake stuff or whatever. So yeah, I'm very disappointed in myself. I had to talk to my daughter. I've talked to a lot of people. This is me spreading my experience. I want to help as many people as I can. Leave it alone. I should have just stuck to drinking me a bottle of wine or drunk me some ZQuil by NyQuil or whatever, or better yet, what I've done in the past and what I will continue to do from now on. I should have just went to God, went to Jesus. I know better. I believe in the power of prayer. Prayer is everything. That is my belief. I fell short on that, and I wholeheartedly, ask God to forgive me for that, because I should have been allowing God to lead me and help me doing my grieving process that I have to, unfortunately, go through, and everybody grieve different. And the feelings that I have been feeling and going through, and I said I wasn't gonna cry, so dealing with the passing of my father, it's just something that I'm gonna have to feel and go through, and nothing or no one is gonna be able to help me to heal or to deal with it better than God. I know this. God has blessed me and got me through so many bad times and bad things in my life. How dare do I not, lean on him, to go through this. So wholeheartedly here, to everybody who's watching this video, I ask for forgiveness to God, for not trusting and having enough faith in him to lean on him like I know I should. Even since the passing of my father, I haven't even, my prayer life has even been as strong and like it should be. It's like when my dad passed, it's just like it stopped, and I'm like, no, this is the time. This is the time where I need to lean on him, for my strength. And yeah, that's all I'm trying to do. Today is actually September the 18th, and it's actually my father's birthday. So happy heavenly birthday, Father. I miss you. I love you. Thank you all for watching this video to the end. It's quite lengthy and long. I just definitely wanted to share my experience in depth, and to let you all know that no, it's a no-go. No. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Again, comment below. Anything that you would like to comment below about the situation. Did you experience this with this Delta 8 gummy stuff? Maybe you know someone who may have went through the same thing. If you have, and you are against it, comment below so that other subscribers and other people who may watch my video and read the comments, will know. I'm trying to spread the word. I'm just trying to spread the word. Just leave it alone. Just leave it alone, y'all. Thank y'all so much for rocking with me to the end this long. Thank you for listening to me and allowing me to talk about this more. I'm getting better. It was very hard for me to talk about my dad and about this experience, but I don't want to sit up on it, you know, and people not knowing, you know how bad that it can be or how bad it can do a person, as opposed to other people are probably, you know, boasting probably about being high and all that. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. So anyway, that's it. That's all I have for you guys. I love you all the long way, and until my next video, your girl Lysandra is out of here.